Hi and welcome back to Tales Against Humanity, I don't work here lady. In today's episode, you know me and that I don't work here. That's not my job, ma'am. No lady, you don't get more toilet paper than everyone else. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. You know me and that I don't work here. For some backstory, I own my own business and have a work truck outfitted with various tools and specialty equipment for my job. There's a couple of long-time friends of my family who have known me since I was a little kid, who live a couple of streets over from me. When I'm on my way to work in the morning, I often pass right by their house, and if the weather is nice, they will be out working in their yard. If I know I'm going to have a short day, I'll pull in their driveway and say hello and catch up for a few minutes before heading on to work. They're always fun to talk to. The husband is a retired professor, and the wife is a freelance writer. I'll call them professor and writer for this story. So, a couple weekends ago, I'm working on repairing the fence around my backyard and need to go to the home improvement warehouse store in town to buy some fence boards. My wife asked me to pick up some buckets while I was there. I pull into the lumberyard, grab the boards I need, then head inside the store to find buckets. On the way back to the exit, with a stack of buckets in my arms, I see professor and writer in the flooring section with an employee helping them schedule a flooring install. I walk up with a big smile and wave hi. Me, hi writer. Been a few weeks, how are you guys doing? Writer, oh, hi Wiskane. They messed up our install, so professor is trying to sort it out. How are you and the family? Me, good, working on my honey-do list today. Wife and kiddo are good. So sorry to hear your flooring install got mixed up. Do you mind if I set these buckets down in your cart for a sec? I plunk the buckets down in her shopping car and sit down next to her on a skid of flooring boxes. Professor looks up from the computer screen. Him and the employee are hunched over, waves hi to me and asks his wife a question about dates for the install. She shrugs her shoulders and looks at me and says, I bet you'd know how to sort this out. I laughed and said, I only do flooring if it's my own, and I rarely have time for my own, just ask my wife. Writer chuckles and we talk for a couple minutes, just catching up. After a bit she asks if work has been busy. I tell her yes and no, because the pandemic has made supply chains so wonky. Some days I just stay home because of not having any inventory to work with, and other days I'm working from dawn until dusk because everything showed up all at once and my customers needs everything done ASAP. Professor asks her a few more questions about the flooring. Apparently the computer system is glitching out and won't put the work order in properly. She turns to me and asks, could you get on there and fix the computer, Wiskane? Me, laughing, I'm not really a computer tech, I don't know, have they tried turning it off and back on again? Writer, I bet you could, you fixed professor's computer a couple years ago. I don't really remember what I did, but I think it was just connecting to the Wi-Fi after the cable company sent them a new router. Me, well, I don't think they would appreciate me messing with their computer system. We chatted for a couple more minutes. They had been forced to cancel their annual vacation to Arizona due to the recent Delta surge. So they were reflooring their living room with the money instead. Me, well, I should head out. I have a lot of work to finish this afternoon. It was good to see you guys. Writer, good to see you too. So, when did you start working here? Me, confused look dash. Writer, it's nice to know someone we can trust to not mess things up works here now. We will ask for you next time we come in and need something. Me, The employee sitting at the computer terminal, and I glance at each other, and she has a confused look on her face too. Me, I don't work here, writer. Writer, wah. But you're wearing. She trails off as she realizes that I'm not dressed like the girl at the desk. We're both wearing work boots, but that's where the similarity ends. She was embarrassed. Her husband just shook his head. I asked her if all that time spent at Berkeley in the 60s was starting to catch up with her. She told me that I had missed all the good stuff being one of those annoying millennials and all, and asked how I couldn't possibly be aware that wearing muddy work boots and jeans meant that I worked at every home improvement store anywhere. If you can't tell, we both have really sarcastic and snarky senses of humor. We had a good laugh. I waved bye until next time, picked up my buckets, and headed out. Still, I couldn't help to think as I walked out, you know me, you see me every few weeks, in my work truck, going to work, in the major city about 45 minutes from here. That's not my job, ma'am. This happened 2 years back before the pandemic struck, and I had no more reason to shop for new clothes since I'm at home most of the time. For the context, it was Christmas season, with less than a week before the date. It was nearing the end of my 11th year, and was with my friend, looking for new casual outfits for the year-end party that our school held annually. It was lunch break, and we were walking around the mall located directly in front of our school. We were both wearing black pants, black leather shoes, and yellow collared shirts since our school decided to color code the students according to their departments. The staff inside the mall were wearing tailored shirts and skirts, so the situation I went through was even more baffling. We decided to first look at the shoe aisle since there were less people there, and my friend wanted to wear new shoes during the party. I noticed that there was a group of older women, maybe in their early to late 30s, in the middle of the store, whom despite the hustle and bustle were by far the noisiest there. For some reason, the moment I looked at them, a woman who was taller than me, I was small even for our country's standards, and had this audacious pair of eyebrows matched with an even more offending lipstick shade was eyeing me. Let's call her Karen. My guts told me that it was not going to end well with her, and so, I avoided further eye contact and just continued shopping. It was about 15 minutes later when I finally found the dress that I wanted that I hear the group of women saying things along the lines of, "It's so messy in here. Shouldn't this be a mall? There are clothes everywhere. No one is even here to assist people. Some of the staff are just standing around." For the record, it was a fairly small store, and since it was that time of the year, the staff were awfully busy. There was a tsunami of people, so it's no question that the place had clothes lying around. The place was normally very tidy though. I just continued to ignore them and proceeded to kneel down the floor and search the lower racks for accessories. No more than a minute later, loud stomping headed my way, followed by a sharp tap, almost a slap, on my shoulder. And there she goes, Karen, in her glowering stance above me. Remember, I was literally kneeling down. Without even letting me ask what her problem was, she bombarded me with her questions and accusations. "I've been calling out your attention for a while now, but you were ignoring me. How thick of a skin must you have? Look at this place. It's a mess. How could anyone find what they are looking for? Shouldn't you be assisting the customers and folding the clothes that they chose from and putting them back to where they got them?" I had to bite my lip to stop myself from questioning her sanity. There were at least 40 customers at the store at that time. How could she expect to see a staff waiting for every single one of them? My friend who was in the aisle behind me was watching this all unfold. After more than a minute of her yapping, I slowly and clearly said, "Ma'am, that is not my job. I don't work here." She then interjected, saying, "That's impossible. You look just like them." I wanted to capture that moment when she looked at the cashier, which was about 5 aisles away, and realized that we were wearing different uniforms. She backed off, without apologizing, and stormed to her companions. Needless to say, she was embarrassed. I was really out of myself at that moment, and my friend and I decided to just get out of the store because, honestly, people were looking, and I didn't want the attention. I forgot to get my stuff, and my friend just paid for hers. As soon as I got home, I told my mom about it, and we rushed back to the store to buy the dress that I found. Kudos to my mom. No, lady, you don't get more toilet paper than everyone else. So this was a story from the time in which everyone bought up horrendous amounts of toilet paper for no reason during the pandemic. At one point I had worked at the store I was shopping in, but at this point I was not working there, and it had been over 2 years since I had worked there. So I had to get to the store extremely early and stand in line for 2 hours before they opened to get 1 pack of toilet paper, and the lucky ones of us that actually ran to the toilet paper aisle were the ones that got the big packs, because the store only lets you have 1 pack. It doesn't matter if it was 4 rolls or 16 rolls, you only got 1 pack. So I was fortunate enough to get one of the larger packs of toilet paper. I actually did need toilet paper. It was my mother's regular shopping day, so I actually grabbed 2 packs to put in the cart. I did not live with my parents at this time, so I was walking around with the 2 packs, and they wouldn't take one of them away from you until you got to the checkout, so you could walk around the store with multiple packs in your cart, but it wasn't till you got to the register that they took the rest out. I called my mother to see if she needed toilet paper, because if she did, this was her typical shopping day. I was going to do the rest of my shopping and wait on her, then hand it off to her, because by the time she got there wouldn't be any left. She told me that she had enough toilet paper, and she didn't need any, so by this time the shelves were pretty bare. All that was left was basically paper towels. I heard an elderly woman on the phone sounding like she was about to cry. I even got here early. But then everybody ran. When I got to the toilet paper, there wasn't any left. I've not had any toilet paper for 2 days. This is the 3rd store I've gone to this week. This is just horrible. So of course I not needing the toilet paper in my car anymore, and hearing this lady, who looks to be about 70, about to cry on the phone because she couldn't run fast enough to get toilet paper, which is absolutely horrible. Elderly people shouldn't have to outrun other people to get freaking toilet paper. I go up to her and ask her if she was looking for any specific brand or anything, and she tells me she doesn't care what brand it is, she just needs the toilet paper. So I take the other one out of my cart and I give it to her. She seems so happy, but then seems sad, saying that she doesn't want to take it from someone else. I explained to her about my mother and why I had the 2nd pack, and how people were only allowed to buy 1 pack anyway. She was extremely happy and basically said that I must have been sent from God to bless her and all of that. But here comes the moment you all have been waiting for. After the sweet elderly woman walks off to either shop or go check out, I don't know, but she was out of the area when this happened. A woman comes walking up to my cart and starts to take the toilet paper out of it. Me, hey, hey. What the hell do you think you're doing? Lady, getting my toilet paper. Me, that ain't your toilet paper, that's my toilet paper, get your hands out of my cart. Lady, no, this isn't your handing out toilet paper. Me, no, the hell I'm not. Lady, you just gave some to that hag over there. Me, I had extra dash. Lady, because you work here and you're handing it out, stop denying me toilet paper. Me, lady, I ain't worked here in 2 years, you can just go F*** off. I start to walk away with my cart and my toilet paper. Lady, you stupid B***. She comes walking up behind me and tries to rip it out of my cart. I swing my cart from under her, and she falls on her face. Well, not really on her face, but she falls forward onto the ground. Lady, I'm going to have you charged with assault. Me, good luck, this place is covered in cameras, and I wasn't the one that jumped on your cart, so have fun. I proceeded to go check out and happened to see the elderly woman checking out with her toilet paper and her other groceries. I don't even know whatever happened to that lady, but I'm glad I've never seen her again. I hope she never found toilet paper. I hope she had to wipe with paper towels.